My name is Bruce Thompson. I am 69 and I identify as a gay man. I have been a gay boy or man all my life. I haven't gone through any period of, not being gay.
Do you think being gay makes aging different?
Well, yes, in some ways I do. For many, many years I taught courses on aging, and I would always somehow work into the beginning of the course the statement, aging is not for sissies, because it would always get a laugh and everybody would sort of go from there. And the focus was not particularly on gay or GLBT aging, it was just on aging in general. And, the usual kinds of tasks for older people, not to be too academic, are to step up to all of the losses that come with age. And the other task that's sort of, somewhat different is trying to come to terms with, history, your own history, and putting your stamp of approval on your history as the one and only life that you could have led, kind of a Frank Sinatra type of approach in a way. But I mean, a lot of wisdom, I think, sort of points to that is what aging is all about. And in the culture that we have lived in, and that many of the people from my generation have come out of, putting your stamp of approval on your life as the one and only life that you could have led was, and still is, somewhat more complicated, I think, for a gay person or a lesbian person or GLBT individuals than for, normative heterosexual folks.
Do you have any concerns about being treated differently by doctors or social service agencies because you're gay?
Well, I always think about it. If I'm going to see a new doctor or a new provider of any kind. And I always sort of, test the water before I make any kind of pronouncements about myself for people to, project whatever they want to onto that. These days it's more frequently goodwill, but in the past, it was a little bit more dicey and hard to gauge.
As you grow older, do you anticipate any specific challenges?
Well, I have a property that I've been building gardens on for about 25 years. And it's a 4-acre property. So it's a lot of gardens and a lot of maintenance. As I get older, I'm really clear, particularly the past couple of years, that maintaining all of that is going to be a challenge going forward. Also, I kind of use it as a kind of metaphor for other things as well. So I'm beginning to think about ways of closing some of those gardens and kind of making it a little bit more manageable. But the other thing is that I live alone, and I'm beginning to be clear that managing the property and the house is going to be a challenge, and that living alone eventually might be a challenge also.
How do you stay socially connected?
I stay socially connected. I have a group of friends that I see a lot here in Rhode Island, southeastern New England. And I also have a lot of friends who are all over the country. all over the world at this point that fortunately I'm able to stay connected to through the internet and Skype and things like that. I think the enemy of aging is isolation. The enemy of healthy aging is isolation. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Isolation is a very big problem for older people. And I think, based on the work that I've done in my psychotherapy practice with predominantly gay men, it can be a particularly alluring isolation can be alluring for older gay men, and I think that it's a matter of really working at not letting that happen.
What's most important to you right now?
Getting some pleasure out of life, staying physically fit, staying financially fit, being careful about money and, having enough money to cover me and, throughout the rest of my life. And leaving a legacy is very important to me.
If you could speak to your younger self, what would you say?
Well, if I could give advice to my younger self, I would say put more money away for retirement. I would say, work out more, kind of build your body more than I might have done when I was younger. Cultivate friendships more than I have. And, really kind of be careful about creating a balance of work and play. Because as you get older, that becomes even more important.